Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today I'm sitting here this morning surrounded by the sounds of the ocean and one of my favorite meditation tracks that I located a few months ago. Today I sit here with a gift from Nepal. This is my new Tibetan singing bowl, and it is it's pretty. Anyway, I'm excited about using this today in our time together. Gather in, folks. I'm so glad that you're here. I am thankful for each one of you. Staying connected. Ryan, good morning. Yeah, I like this. I like this one. I know it's not easy to see because it's so dim in the room right now, but that's my new one. Yeah, it was a gift from, I'll just say a friend in Nepal. And, This one has a little brighter sound than the other one, so it's going to be interesting to use today. I hope you're well. There's a lot happening. Good morning, Lisa. Hey there. There's a lot happening. And, wow. My concentration, though, doesn't want to be on coronavirus, COVID-19, political ploys, the Saturday Night Live that is our political climate these days. I want to bring us to center and to a sense of depth and balance today. Yesterday we did a practice that I want us to move back into again today, of suspending the past, suspending the future, even suspending the labels in this present moment and just being. And so that's where I want us to go today. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Barbara and Jim. I want us to allow space for simply being. As we listen to the ocean, hopefully you can hear it some. We listen to the ocean. If you're like me, you're looking forward to going to the ocean again soon. I'm very much looking forward to going to the ocean soon. I feel a deep connection with nature anyway. And so, but the ocean is surrounding us, and then we have the aid of some wonderful nuanced music. This gives us sort of a sound bath, an immersion of sound, and will help us to just focus in. Sometimes that's good. It helps our minds to not wander so much. We're able to just be immersed in the feeling and be here and be present now. But I want us to again today suspend the past, suspend any thoughts of the future, even suspend the labels that we carry in this present moment. Luana, good morning. This is quite a wonderful team of people who are gathering to do this together each Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Hopefully it's meaningful to you. It is meaningful to me. When I say suspend, I use that word on purpose because this is not about destroying anything. We're not trying to destroy, conquer, control our past or our future, or even control ourselves in the present moment. It's not about control or having to do work. It really is about letting the work lie. Let it lay down, get it suspended so that you move into the effortless place. Did you know that your essential true self is effortless? So that's where we're moving, toward the effortless. To get us started, I want to use a poem that I find very inspirational. And if you need to close your eyes to just enter this time with me, you can do so. But I'll read this poem slowly, and then we'll start with our deep breaths. A series of 3, breathing in through the nose about 3 to 4 seconds. Once the breath is in and the abdomen is expanded, hold that breath for about 3 to 4 seconds, and then let it go. This is the nature of receiving and giving, receiving and giving, receiving and giving. The reason the universe is eternal is because it's always giving. And even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." With a love like that, you can light up the whole sky. So I'll share this poem with you, and then we'll start our breathing practice. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. But it isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. But my eyes are open. I know exactly where I am. This time it is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. And Chapter 5. I walk down another street. That's a poem by Portia Nelson. Choices. Now I want us to replace the word fault today with the word responsibility. I want us to replace shame and blame with responsibility and power. No matter what your past has been, and no matter what you fear in the future, and no matter who you have been told you are in this present moment, the true you came from nowhere to now here, came from the world of no things into the world of things. The essential and authentic you is eternal and unending. And created in the likeness and the image of pure consciousness, God, pure awareness, eternal divine spirit. That's who you are. You're the actor behind the act. And today, you decide to rewrite the script. I'll ask you to repeat this after me, and then we'll start our breathing practice together. Today, I rewrite the script of my life. And again, today, I rewrite the script of my life. Let's begin together. At the sound of the singing bowl, our first breath in, 3 to 4 seconds in, hold it for about 3 to 4 seconds, and then let it go. Let's begin. Thank you. Thank you. And our second breath together. And our third breath together. Today we take a journey down the road of our story. But today this journey is led by the empowered, strong, responsible you. And as I've mentioned before, responsibility is simply your ability to respond. It speaks to your power, your ability. So for a moment, suspend all thoughts of the past. Look at your past as if you're watching a cinema screen or a television. And as you watch this screen, if there was a fire on the screen, would the screen be burned? You hear the ocean, you see the ocean on the screen, but is the screen wet? The truth is, the screen is neither burnt nor wet. Because it's a screen. Now, in this visualization, you recognize, as the past plays before your eyes, that it's just on a screen. It's not real in this present moment, even if it was real then. It is not where you are now, and it is not who you are now. It is the past. It is not a present moment image. Your mind will automatically bring up the things that have influenced you the most on that screen. But remember, you're the one observing the screen. And the screen does not hold what is real. The screen only displays what was. Now sit with the realization that you are the observer of the screen. That memory that has sought to haunt you, whatever it may be, it is not you. You are the observer of that scene. You may not like what you see, but remember, that scene is on a screen. And if it were on fire, it wouldn't be burned. And if it were wet, or if you saw an ocean or water, it wouldn't be wet because it is not real. It is a screen. And remember, you are simply observing that memory. No matter how real it was at one time, it is not real in this present moment. So when a feeling arises associated with that memory, remember, the only thing that is real is what is right now in this present moment. And you are simply the observer of that memory. So you can take the feeling of powerlessness that comes with that memory, you can take the feeling of powerlessness and you can set that aside. Take back your power. Take back your power. Now move from seeing yourself in the audience, watching a screen, and realize that you are now the director. You are not watching a finished product. You are editing the film. Yes, that's right. You get to decide what scenes will play in the blockbuster of your life. So, if you do not like the scene, you get to cut it and rewrite the story. However, remember that that experience that seems to stay with you even in your emotional feelings, you survived because you are here now watching it. Therefore, you are a survivor. Remembering the whole time that you are simply the observer of the picture that was taken at the time. What is on that screen is not real at this present moment. It is the past. And you are the observer, the director, and the writer of your own script. that is your responsibility. Your ability to respond. So see the screen now from that vantage point. You get to decide what stays in the final cut. You decide the story of your life. If you leave the scene in the story, remember, you are the hero who lived through it. And if you cut the scene, it's as if it never happened, because you are simply the observer of the scene. So today, I decide to no longer fall in that hole on the sidewalk. Today, I decide that it's not as much my fault as it is my power to change. And I choose to flip the script. So, today, I walk down the road differently, and I walk down a different road. I'll ask you to join me in this affirmation today. I am the writer, director, producer, and the observer of my story. I make it what I want it to be. I am the writer, director, producer, and the observer of my story. I make it what I want it to be. I am the writer, director, producer, and the observer of my story. I make it what I want it to be. And so it is. We'll receive our last breath together in this series. Remember, about 3 to 4 seconds in, hold for about 3 to 4 seconds, and then let it go. Begin. Yeah. Whew. Good morning. Remember that in any given moment, the past can simply be displayed on the cinema screen of your life. You're no longer there in that moment. You're simply watching it. You're watching it. You're the observer. Therefore, that means you don't have to be physically, fully engaged in it. It's not real. You are, right in this present moment. You are what's real. This is a wonderful way to heal the past you, and to integrate the past you with the present moment, because you start to realize that the whole time, the authentic, real, deep self was the effortless behind all of what was happening, and everything that caused so much drama and disarray, even the decision making of the person that you were at the time. This is a thing that I think is very important for all of us to understand. We shift and change. If you don't believe you've changed, look at a picture of you 20 years ago. And there's an occasional moment in my life where I go and I look for the 15-year-old me, especially when it comes time for some kind of a big project that my wife decides she wants me to undertake. I go try to find that 15-year-old me, because that 15-year-old me could just go do it, get it done, be sore for 2 or 3 days, and absolutely it not even stop that 15-year-old me. But guess what? I can't find that guy anywhere. It doesn't matter where I look, I can't find him. So that means I can't find the decisions he made at the time either. And even if I'm dealing with some of the consequences from the past, please understand this. Those are just cons and sequence. And if you're not careful, they'll con you out of your present moment. And so you can live beginning today. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life. So to live in that past is to drive straight forward, looking in the rear view mirror. It will create catastrophic accidents in your life. It will wreck your life. That is not the real you. The real you is here now. Maybe observing what was, but remember, if there was water on the screen wouldn't be wet. If there was fire on the screen wouldn't be burned. Therefore, that means all of those feelings associated with it are nothing more than illusions. You're watching a screen of what was. And here's the magic in this. When you put your past story on the screen, it stops infecting and deeply affecting your future, because it's not affecting and infecting your present moment. You can choose to not engage with those thoughts of the past as if they were real in this present moment. Now you put them on the cinema screen of your life, and if you want to watch them, you can, and if not, the remote control is in your hand. That'd be a great affirmation to go throughout your day with. The remote control is in my hand. I get to decide what plays on the screen. You would be surprised what this does to depression, what this does to oppression, what this does to feelings of not being enough, feelings of regret of the past. This helps you to escape. This helps you to move officially out of the house that your past has built and into the house that you're currently building. And you can build this house with a smaller screen even, and be even less engaged with it. You are the present observer of your life. Be there. Be there. Be who you are there. So, today, you get to turn the screen on and off. You get to decide when you watch it. But the main thing to remember is that you're observing it. You're not reliving it. You're just observing it. I've said this before. I'll say this again, and I'll close with this. If you don't write your story, something or someone else will. To be an optimist is to notice only the lights in the painting. To be a pessimist is to notice only the shadows. To be an idealist is to be the one who notices the pen or the paintbrush is in my hand. The day I woke up to the reality that the pen writing the story of my life was in my hand, I closed the chapter I was in and I started the upswing toward a happy ending, and I decided that I would be the author of my story and nothing and no one else. And that's the meaning of this meditation today. To sit and realize I'm only watching the past on the screen. It's not real. I am real, and I get to decide. Thank you, beautiful souls. Let me see here. There's some comments. I want to make sure that I say hello to everyone. Anne-Marie, Luana, wonderful to see you. Luana, blessings to you. Barbara, let's see what Barbara said here. Oh, it went away. There it is. Yesterday I had a situation. I looked at the past and I looked at the future and chose the now. It worked out beautifully. Yes. Folks, please grasp what Barbara said here. Yesterday I had a situation. I looked at the past, I looked at the future, and I chose the now. It worked out beautifully. See, if we continue to interpret our life through the regrets of the past or the identifications of what was in the past or regrets from the past or fear of the future. See, the thing is often regrets in the past, identification with who we were or who we think we were. A lot of times we don't even know who we were because we're raised by parents who do the best they can. I believe that. Not all of them, but some of them do the best they can. They condition us, though, in the way that they know how. And sometimes the reality of who we are gets covered by the varnish or by the stain, and it's so many layers thick that we don't really know who we are. So bust out of that and stop interpreting your current moment through the past experiences of who you thought you were. Let go of that, and what happens is automatically your future becomes better. Remember, the future is not real. It's only a concept. You can only conceive of what might be. In fact, by the time you get to tomorrow, it will be today. So it's a series of now moments that lead you up to that anyway. There is no such thing as the future. It's not real. In fact, the past is not real. It's only in the data banks stored in your mind. But remember, you can take those out and put them on the cinema screen, and now you're the observer, and you can change the story. You are the writer, director, producer, and observer of your story, and you can make it what you want it to be. Much love to all of you. Stay in power today. Stay safe. Stay sane. If you can, stay home. No matter what the leadership is telling us right now, I think we need to be mindful. Be careful, be safe. Things are going to get to where they're supposed to be. Not going back to anything. We're moving ahead. But life will be what life will be. We just need to live it. Linda, thank you. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to being with you again next week. Man, I'm almost wanting to do this Monday through Friday now. But do the private practice on your own. It'll be a wonderful way for this to become a habit. Again, what we practice becomes a habit, and what becomes a habit becomes our habitat. It influences our character, which ultimately takes us to our destiny. Join me on Sunday, Unity of Chattanooga's Facebook page. If you have gone and liked that page, please do that and join me for our Sunday service on this Sunday. I look forward to meeting with you all again very soon. Peace, grace, love, and harmony to you. Namaskar. Make it a great day because you can.